Basic statistical concept, median. In this video, I will be focusing on measures of central tendency, median. At the end of session, students should be able to calculate the median for group data. There are two types of the data set. First one, ungrouped data, or we can call raw data. So it means that the data has been collected directly from a primary sources of the data that is not processed or cleaned by anyone. Second one, group frequency distribution, or you can say group data. It means that the data or information given in the form of class interval such as 0 to 20, 20 to 40 and so on. The data was tabulated in a frequency table and consists of class interval. What is median? Median is a value that lies in the center of the data where half, 50% of the data are greater or equal to this value, and another half, 50% of the data are smaller or equal to this value. So it means that median is referred to middle value in the data set. So from this diagram we can see median is the middle value, 50% below the data and another 50% above the data. Now we go to median for group frequency distribution. So to calculate median for group data, you must use this formula, median equal to LM. So here L stands for what? Lower boundary of the class contain median. So L stands for lower boundary, M refer to median, plus in bracket total frequency divide by 2. Why must be divide by 2? Because you want to find middle value in the data set, minus total frequency median minus 1. So for this one actually is referred to cumulative frequency of the class just above the median class, and then divide by FM. So you can see small letter of F, so stand for frequency of the class contain median, and then times C. So C refer to class width. So how to calculate the class width? Upper minus lower interval. So when you calculate the median, at first you need to identify the data is a discrete data or continuous data. So discrete data means that no continuation from one class to another class. So if question give you discrete data, you need to calculate class boundary. So means that lower limit you minus 0.5 and upper limit you plus 0.5. But let's say if question give you continuous data, so already have continuation between the class interval, so it means that no need to calculate class boundary, so you can use the original class interval. Okay, let's say we try this example. The table below shows the years of work experience of 1 to 0 employees of Jimmy's company. Find the median. Okay, so to solve this question, at first you need to identify what type of the data set. So because you can see for this question you have years of experience, class interval because you have a range of data, and number of employee refer to frequency. So this data we can call group frequency distribution. So here I show you some steps how to calculate the median for group frequency distribution. Okay, so just now you have identified is referred to group frequency distribution. Now you can go to step number 2. You need to calculate class boundary if discrete data. So because you can see for this example, no continuation from one class to another class, so we call discrete data. So that's why you need to calculate class boundary. So how to calculate class boundary? Lower limit you minus 0.5, upper limit plus 0.5. But let's say if question give you continuous data, so you can skip step number 2. Okay, next one, you can find the cumulative frequency. So how to calculate cumulative frequency? You can add in the frequency. Step number 4, you can find the middle term by the position of total frequency divided by 2. Why you need to calculate middle term? Because you need to identify which class interval contain median. And last one, you can use formula to find the median. So median is equal to LM, lower boundary of the class contain median, plus total frequency divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above the class contain median divided by frequency of the class contain median times class width. To solve this question, you can create a table. So question give you years of experience and also number of employees frequency. So at first, you need to calculate class boundary because question give you discrete data. So how to calculate class boundary? Lower limit, you minus 0.5. Upper limit, you plus 0.5. So let's say first class interval, 1 minus 0.5, 0.5, 4 plus 0.5, 4.5. And second one, 4.5 to 8.5, 8.5 to 12.5, 12.5 to 16.5, 16.5 to 20.5, 20.5 to 24.5, and last one, 24.5 to 28.5. And then next step, you need to calculate cumulative frequency. If I'm using capital letter of F, stand for cumulative frequency. If I'm using small letter of f, stand for frequency. How to calculate cumulative frequency? You must add in the frequency. So first one, 0 plus 16, 16. 16 plus 20, 36. 36 plus 28, 64. 64 plus 24, 88. 88 plus 16, 104. 104 plus 11, 115. 115 plus 5 is equal to 120. So please make sure your last answer for cumulative frequency must be same with total frequency. Next one. Okay, next step, you need to calculate middle term. So you can use formula total frequency divided by 2. Why you need to calculate middle term? Because you need to identify which class interval contain median. So when you calculate total frequency is equal to 120, then divide by 2 is equal to 60 item. So how to identify which class interval contain median? You can refer to column cumulative frequency, or you can create column position of data. So you can start with first observation until 16. Why 16? Because you can see cumulative frequency is equal to 16. So that's why until 16. And then you continue 17 until 36, because cumulative frequency is equal to 36. And then 37 to 64, 65 to 88, 89 to 104, 105 to 115, 116 to 120. So because middle term is equal to 60 item, so you can say this class interval contain median. So now you can calculate median by refer to this class interval. So to calculate the median is equal to lower boundary of the class contain median, so is equal to 8.5 plus total frequency 120 divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above the class contain median is equal to 36 divided by frequency of the class contain median 28 and times C. So C stands for class width, so means that 12.5 minus 8.5 is equal to 4. So that's why median is equal to 11.93 years.